Okay, hello again, beautiful people. My name is B, and I am back again with another deck walkthrough. As I mentioned in my last video, if you happen to catch it, there was a couple of tarot sales going on, so I did indulge. And I got decks that I normally would not have been able to get due to price point. So today we are going to review the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. We'll go with that right now. Yep, Chris Ann, until I open it up, and I'm sure that there's more information inside the little white book. This is a tarot deck. The last one I walked through was an oracle deck, so I'll try to keep things a little bit faster than I did last time, just because there's 78 cards in this one, and there was like sub 50 in the last one, and it took me a hot minute. So as I start cracking this bad boy open, just want to say I like to post deck walkthroughs, pick cards, and other spiritual content on this channel, so stick around if that's something you're into, and even if it's not, you might discover something new about yourself. We can all benefit from intentional living. Let us see. Ooh. Okay, now let me look on the inside, because I've been failing to do this. It says, "There is magic in truth. There is truth in my veins, where my blood speaks in sooth, and my mind has no reins." Like that. Excellent. I love to read things that sound like incantations and things like that, but I do find in my practice I feel kind of silly saying or doing or repeating something that is like an incantation. All right, the Muse guidebook. Let's see. I know that the suits are different. They are not the cups, wands, swords, and pentacles that we are all used to. Okay. Looks like a little scenario that was written here. I really, really want to just get to the minors, because I know I will. Oh, gracious. Suit of inspiration. I think that's probably wands. Emotions is probably cups. Voices, swords, and materials is definitely pentacles. Okay, all right. Let us see how this goes. Anything in here? Oh, some cute fishies. That's nice. Ow. Pardon me while I punch everything. I still sporting my terrible suntan, still sporting these very sparkly nails. I hope it doesn't, come up strange on camera. There we go. Now, the last deck I reviewed by Hay House, the cardstock was a dream, so I'm really looking forward to, and I'm hoping that it's the same. So let's start with number one. We have the Fool. Okay, that's a pretty standard representation of the Fool. I was drawn to this deck because of the art style. I like the photo collage aspect of it. It almost looks like she's a ballet dancer. She might be a ballet dancer. I can't quite tell, but she looks very graceful and buoyant as she's about to go off into her journey. She doesn't have an animal companion in this card. I am missing that a little bit, but to each their own. It doesn't lessen the card in any way. Then we have the Magician. Okay, instead of having the traditional pieces of the suits of the tarot, they have the 4 elements represented down here. Both arms are pointed up for this one. So, well, that's neither here nor there. I do like it. I like her dress. I like that it looks like that they are channeling something, manifesting something, something similar to that. Okay, I'm noticing there's like a pseudo desert galaxy vibe because there's once again sand dunes here. All right, the priestess. I like that she has runes all around her, since the priestess is supposed to be the holder of the sacred knowledge and esoteric knowledge. Even though one of her eyes is covered, her third eye is still open. And it looks like there's energy coming out of her hand from the moon. Okay. And I like it looks like that she's coming out from the curtains, coming out to be revealed. There's no pillars in this, but it's not necessarily something that needs to be represented. I'm just used to seeing a priestess card with the two pillars. And we have the Empress. Okay. I like I was going to say lemons, but I think that those are just dots. I like the hint of garden around her. And I like that it looks like inside, instead of being depicted as pregnant, it looks like she's got the galaxy inside of her. I like that interpretation. The Emperor. This is obviously a very female-oriented deck. I like this Emperor. This is more of a, the Emperor you usually see looks pretty stoic. This is definitely more of a confident Emperor. They're in their power. They know they're in their power. And they don't mind showing it. Do they have a crown? Is that a crown? Possibly. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, looks possibly the disciple there. Some candles going on. They're hooded, but they're not wearing any other clothes. That's definitely interesting. The Lovers. I like this card. This is an interesting depiction of this card. We do have the wings of the angel that we usually have that's blessing the couple, or whatever you interpret that they're doing in front of the couple. But I like that the people in the card are not so front and center. I like that. You can see limbs here, and it's sort of, suggestive of passionate embrace. And over in the people, they do have, their little illuminated halos. But I like that they both look like they're in dresses or business wear, so they could be romantic partners, they could be business partners, they could be any number of two people, two choices coming together. The Chariot, with all of these horses, and it looks like she's controlling them like a marionette. This is definitely a very forward momentum, victorious card. This is an excellent depiction of the Chariot, in my opinion. I do like how it looks like 3 stars coming down to their forehead, showing their drive to go forward. Ooh, Strength. Interesting. And they do have the infinity symbol here in her hand. They do. I was trying to see if perhaps that was the constellation of Leo, but it's not. This is the Leo card, obviously. I do enjoy this. It makes me think, obviously, which is, I'm imagining you're supposed to, of a woman riding an elephant. But I like that this is also still an excellent depiction of them. She's, riding on the lion, but neither of them look like they're fighting one another. They look like they're at peace, they're calm, they are on the slow, steady trail, and they're ready to persevere. I do like that. With the pyramid in the background, that's also determination, perseverance, things like that take a long time to build. So patience and trust like this takes a long time to build as well. The Hermit, I like this. The deck has a pseudo-biblical feel. I deliberately didn't really do any research into this. I like to go in blind. I like to have, my first impressions, and then I'll go and I'll research to get even more deeper meanings. This does have a very biblical, go wander in the desert for 40 days to obtain that inner knowledge. You can see their footprints, or someone's footprints here, from where they've taken a long journey alone. I like this card, and it looks like they're about to, with that light about to be bestowed, some knowledge. The Wheel of Fortune. That's an interesting position to be seated in. It feels very, 1920s almost inspired, especially with the little wave in her hair. She looks very flappery. I don't know about this one. This one I'm not so sure of. But definitely a good, it's very obviously the Wheel of Fortune. Justice, okay. Interesting depiction of justice. If this wasn't here, I'm not so certain that I would know what this is. I kind of can see the scales here with the hands, and this supposed to be the rod that it's on. But I don't necessarily know that I would have picked this out as the Justice card if I didn't have the label. The Hanged Muse versus the Hanged Man. Okay, that definitely goes along with what they were talking about in the beginning of this deck. How they were talking, it was a hypothetical conversation with a muse. Just a moment and take a drink. I like the sort of Illuminati pyramid thing we've got going on. That's very interesting. Trying to look at her clothes to see if there's any sort of hidden meanings in there. I don't think so. It looks like you would imagine this is something like a tightrope or a wire or something like that, where they're suspended while they sort of surrender to the process and look things over, go with the flow, find a new point of view. I also like that there is, underneath the illuminated eye, there's this very small door that's open to the universe. That's obviously why you're in this contemplative place, to get that expansion, that knowledge. Death. Ooh, I like this one. This is an excellent death card. It is very symbolic of the rebirth. It has the moth on it, and these mirrored models look absolutely like they're coming out of a cocoon. Underneath here we have the spider. I don't know if this is supposed to be living and this is supposed to be dead, but this is a very interesting card. I love the webs. I love there's a lot of little pins in them. This is, to me, very indicative of complex rebirth. I love that. I love moths. I love whenever I see moths represented. Temperance. Okay. After all of the stunning visuals of people far away and turned away, it was a little jarring to see someone looking at you straight on. But I do like, this is definitely, a perfect balance between the two, as they're a mirrored image. And then we've got the moon that's being balanced as well. They have their illuminated halo, the sun. The Devil. This is my card. I'm a Capricorn, so this is my birth card. Always interested to see how the devil is going to be depicted. This is very big Eye of Sauron vibes. Looks like doorway to the underworld. I don't know if this person is supposed to be the devil or one of the people that is entranced by the devil, but this is definitely, you look at them and you definitely feel that there is a note of excess. They've got little dots around them, and that seems to be a common theme throughout the deck, but to me it makes me think of like pearls and decadence and not moving past things that you don't realize are chains. Oops, sorry, just bonked the camera. The Tower. Okay, pretty, actually kind of, is a bit of an upside down reversed image, which would make reading reversals of the deck pretty interesting. They do have a person falling. Okay. The Star, my favorite card. I like this a lot. They look like a Hollywood starlet. versus the traditional depictions of the cards that we get. We do have the water here in the collage imagery. Their hand, they have the star, they've got a crown. It looks like they're receiving illumination. I like this card for the star. The moon, again, this is very appropriate for the moon. Don't really need to say much. I like that the moon is so large, but I do miss the lobsters. We do have the two figures on either side. I'm guessing this is supposed to be this is where usually the lobster is depicted. The sun. Another pretty easily identifiable card. There's no baby in this sun, but I find that I like cards that have a different depiction of the sun versus rather than, a baby. Okay, awakening. So this is judgment. I do like that verbiage versus judgment. Awakening. Oh, I bonked the camera again. I'm sorry. I like awakening versus judgment. Judgment sounds very negative because it's a word that we associate negatively. Generally, if you're being judged, it is not a good thing. Chances are you're afraid of being found lacking or wanting or found guilty or what have you. But awakening, I like because it suggests that you are becoming aware of the light and the shadows in your life, where maybe you have created shadow and where you have created light. I like that. I like that their eyes are trained upward, as if they're seeing, they're realizing, they're having their awakening. Okay, and then the world cosmos instead of just the world. Interesting little detail to have changed. It gives me Atlas implications in that there's this person who's holding up the world. I like that. Okay, so now we are into the minor arcana. So I have already immediately forgotten what I decided what was what. Inspiration, I think what we decided was wands. Yes, we'll go with wands. Yes, absolutely. Okay, the Ace of Inspiration. Okay, a lot of different layers to this card. The outside ring, if circle, is the sand dunes, but it's got the rays of the sun. This looks like an aloe plant, cactus. Ace of Inspiration. But the color pattern coming through certainly seems like that sort of bolt from the blue of inspiration. The Two of Wands. Visually, this card is lovely. I love this. Just that little bit of orange makes your eye go right there. But I'm not so sure. I guess this is sort of the waiting for results, I guess. She's clearly looking for something, looking at something, waiting for something. I guess. Three of Wands. The dominoes. I do like the dominoes. Letting the chips fall, looking towards expansion, looking to go further. Okay. Commerce, definitely. Dominoes makes me always think about, gambling, so money. Okay. Yes, definitely wands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of inspiration. I like this. This is clearly a very good Rider-Waite-Smith interpretation. We've got the 4, rods coming from the young women who are. It doesn't look like they're necessarily celebrating anything right now, but they're definitely probably a very close group of friends to be, meditating as such. So I see that. Okay. Reunions, perhaps. 5 of Wands. It's a little abstract. Beautiful. I always just look and try to find the meaning in the card, I suppose. Just looks like a lot of different modeling poses. Different frames, that have different places for you to go. Six of Wands. This does look, you know, there are six people on the bottom. This does look very, you know, celebratory, victory against, you know, some kind of obstacle. They're definitely in their prime. They're in their glory. She is being, you know, hailed as, you know, some great hero or a visionary or something like that. Okay. Seven of Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This definitely gives you a feeling of defense or protection, someone who is ready to defend their point of view, to defend what they've earned. They are naked, so to me this does suggest, if you were to pull this card, that is something that you have rightfully earned, and it's not, you know, a Seven of Swords situation. The Eight of Wands. Normally I always Eight of Wands, I can't decide if I want it to be the traditional wands going, because it's very impersonal, but I like that meaning, and that you're going to have to, you know, distance yourself from something. Eight of Wands, this is definitely a forward motion, propelling. This person is moving so quickly, you know, they're leaving their, you know, blurs of themselves behind, and she's doing it in heels, so, you know, bless. Nine of Wands. I can definitely see, this definitely feels like a balance, a boundaries, a barrier card. These make me think of, you know, a walled off city or a temple or a special sacred place that this person resides in, and that they know what is expected and allowed in this place, and they're going to maintain it. So, interesting. 10 of Wands. Yes, I could see how this would be very overwhelming for someone. They are just one person with many pots and many livestock. This is certainly a card of, you know, being overburdened and overwhelmed. I like the difference in point of view, the differences in size. Forced perspective. There we go. We have the Page of Wands. Definitely, I'm very mobile. It looks like this person is definitely a ballerina. I know that foot shape. That's a ballet shoe. They have a cat. There's two cats with them. Okay. There's the, you know, that creative project, that creative idea that's brewing for them. It is going to light them up and give you that message, that creative spark. The Knight of Inspiration, perfect. This is an excellent card. I always associate knights with horses. They've got the fire on them because this is a wands card. The fireworks. This is someone that is going to charge into battle. They are going to go. They can, they're going to win by overwhelming you, is how I look at knights. They're not the person you call for the long haul, but this person will overwhelm you and beat you down. I like that. This is a beautiful horse too. The Queen of Wands. They are absolutely confident and self-assured. That is certain. This is a beautiful person. I like the cheetah here. That is always an animal that people associate with like feminine regality. I do like that. This is a beautiful card. I love this interpretation of the Queen of Wands. And this is a landscape view. The Muse of Inspiration. So I'm supposing that the Muse is instead of king. Muse of Inspiration. They are certainly bold. They've got charm, they've got courage, they've got power, and they're ready to wield it. Oh, interesting. I like the fire coming off looking like wings. Their hands are on fire with the potential. Love it. Okay. Ace of Cups. We're going to get, cups are, I think, my favorite suit. It changes, but cups I always come back to. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Two of Cups, our soulmate card, our romantic card. I like it. I do the beautiful synchronized dancing, the delicate, you know, caress for the back of the head. I think that that's beautiful. This is a beautiful Two of Cups. Look at this cardstock again is also excellent. Apparently, hey house, you've got it going on. Three of Cups. Three of Cups is usually a card that I like to see a little more joy and a little spontaneity and less cold, less contemplative. Only one of them has their eyes closed. I'll have to look further into that. Let's see what the guidebook has to say about our three of emotions. Let's see that. All right. The three of emotions is the living, breathing entanglement of deep friendships and love connections. They begin as three beautiful muses, one a maiden, one a mother, and one a crone, and they had the most delightful of kinships, as unusual as it was divine. They spent their days sharing from the deepest part of their spirit, truth, honesty, vulnerability. Their ties ran so deep, in fact, that they knew that they were part of the same soul family, and over time they began to look and feel like the other one. They had similar mannerisms and laughter and shared ways of seeing the universe. Eventually, their souls began to link and entwine, and they forever changed one another's essence, as all deep friendships do. They invite you to fill your cup from their outpouring of love and to connect with your circle and with those you choose to welcome into your heart as family. Okay. Reading that, I'm glad I did read that, because it does make me appreciate the card on a different level. I guess I understand there's maiden, mother, crone. I guess that's how they're choosing to depict it, with the different crowns and the different eyes. It is very, the triple moon, the triple goddess vibe going on here, which is, now that I have read that, I do appreciate that kind of representation in the Three of Cups. And their cups do overfloweth. We love that over here. Four of Cups. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, look at this card. Let me see if I can't get it closer for you. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth cup is made from those two faces. I know we've all seen that image. Like, what do you see first? That is beautiful. This is an excellent interpretation of the Rider-Waite-Smith. Oh, I love that so much. And the little hints of red just make it so bold and striking. Five of Cups. I think that is a very appropriate Five of Cups. Bogart, please. My cat is looking to jump. You can see with the ice, a different aspect of water, the coldness, regret, maybe, frozen in time, frozen in that loss feeling. Interesting. Six of Cups. Oh, okay. I like that. I don't know if this is supposed to be, little them, imagining their nostalgia, looking back in time through the mirror. Okay, that's pretty cool. Seven of Cups. Oh, yes, they certainly have a lot of choice. Oh, look at all these fish. How funny. The one with the little shark fin, the ninja, the little beta fin fish. I like this one. They certainly have a lot of choices. They're biting their finger because they can't decide. I like that. Eight of Cups. Ooh, I like this sort of black hole sun thing we've got going on. The color of the card is stunning. And I love her. Obviously there's no cups in here. They're not depicting things in the normal way that we're used to them. But I like that she is walking away into the unknown. She knows she has to walk away from what isn't serving her, but what is serving her, she knows that she has to go and figure it out. She has to go find her cup. Okay. Nine of Cups. This is the Wish card. Oh, my finger was on it, so I'm glad I moved it. It does have a little genie bottle here for the wish. Little nod towards that. That's very cool. 10 of Cups. I don't know that I necessarily would have pegged them for a family, but I get it. They're all, in unity and harmony. They're all with them. They're creating the outline of this shape that goes up into the flower or whatever this is supposed to be. Interesting. Page of Cups. Oh, I love that her little peplum is actually an octopus tentacles. That's pretty cool. I don't know that I would have pegged this as a page, but you know, thanks to the disclaimer on the bottom, I guess I do now. I'm trying to find some sort of page-esque meaning. I guess, you know, the heart meaning right here. Pages are usually kind-hearted and spiritual, and they've got that kind of beginning in your future. Knight of Cups. This is very, you know, seahorsey. This is the Prince Charming, your chivalrous, romantic knight. Woo the maiden, save the damsel, that kind of thing. Queen of Cups. Ooh. See, I'm loving the Queen card so far. She is deep in her emotions. I like this. Yes. I'm also noticing, because I've been watching my own videos to edit them and things like this, I say, I like this quite a lot and I hate it, so I'm trying to break myself of the habit. Muse of Emotions, King of Cups. Interesting. Okay. I will admit I'm a little baffled by some of the imagery on here. Doesn't make it any less stunning, but I don't know that I would necessarily have pegged these cards for what they were if they didn't have, you know, the tags on them. But it's gorgeous, beautiful card. I do like that the kings are landscape. That's different. I know sometimes, you know, oracle decks will have different orientations, but often in tarot decks. So we have, what is this? This is going to be the swords. Yes, swords. Ace of Swords. All right, mental clarity. I feel that one because she's got that sort of bolt of light going into her amazingly dyed hair, to be quite honest. And there's also the owl there for, you know, wisdom, clarity. Interesting. Two of Swords. I don't know that this screams make a choice to me, but it does have, you know, that cross right here that we're normally, you know, I'm not expecting everything to be a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but because I do like to read intuitively, but I don't know that I would get the intuitive readings from that. Three of Swords. Okay, this is very indicative. The Three of Swords is a card that hurts, and it's always a card that is just hard to look at. With the eyes you have over here crying, this person who's crawled up by the door, these three beams of light just piercing them. And they are alone. They are all alone. Oof. Oof. Four of Swords. She is absolutely restful. Love this. The swords are the little light coming out of her eyes, the little rose petals for her self-care, deliberate stillness, as I like to interpret this card, being still, resting while you can, because your journey is about to get rough, my dear. Five of Swords. Bullies, theft, that kind of thing. I like that. I believe that this is an olive branch. I could be incorrect. I do like that there's an olive branch depicted on this. That's a different depiction of the Five of Swords. Usually it's someone very smarmy who's just won a fight. Maybe that's this individual here who's not meditating. Interesting. Six of Swords. They're definitely walking away. Or walking this way, possibly, yes, this way. Okay, I like that there's still a water here, so you can see, you know, the clear. I mean, it can be clear, murky, but the smooth water ahead of you. Seven of Swords. I suppose the fox, it's supposed to be, you know, cunning, deception. I'm imagining this person is a bit of a shapeshifter, a bit of, you know, not what they seem. And also the reflection in this part, you know, they've got a sort of serene look on their face, but here they're, you know, pretty tough looking. Eight of Swords. I like that card. This is, I'm liking the like eights, the nines. They're definitely, there are very strong meanings, and they're coming across in this card. I like that the swords, the beams of light are here. The blindfold just looks like the black line right over her face. It almost looks like imprisonment. That's good interpretation there. Nine of Swords. This is odd. I find this odd. This person here in the corner, that looks out of place to me. I don't necessarily get paranoia or nightmare sleeplessness from this card. The person actually looks pretty serene. Ten of Swords. I mean, the imagery is there. But they are alone on top of that mountain, and they are defeated. Okay. And now finally, oh nope, sorry, forgot the court cards. The Page of Swords. I always equate like the Page of Swords with like sort of not like the gossipy intern, the sneaky spy intern. The big glasses that they can see everything. They've got quite a few different looks going on here. Knight of Swords with the Pegasus. Interesting. It's the air element. The horses have demonstrated the elements very well. The sky here. The Queen of Swords, which is definitely a very, self-sufficient, cool-headed person here. Interesting. And then King of Swords. Gorgeous card. But Ace of Pentacles. This is a very materials, earthly items card. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, very traditional Rider-Waite-Smith energy, but this person looks like they are loving the juggling that they're doing. They are balancing, and they are balancing well. Three of Pentacles. Definitely, collaboration. There's three of them. They're, all working together to do this. They need to communicate to one another to do this. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. They're the traditional imagery of holding on to one of the pentacles. But in this imagery, I noted that like in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, the person holding the pentacle kind of looks almost miserly, reluctant to let it go. But in this one, they're holding it quite gently. I like that. In the back, there's also the camel. Excellent little kind of, conservation, recovery nod. Ooh, Five of Pentacles. That is a powerful card. Them being out in the cold in front of the temple steps. Wow, that is a Six of Pentacles, a rapid shift from the darkness of this card. This is definitely a joyous card. This is, someone who is happy to be generous, to be free of spirit, to be generous with their spirit. They also, just the look on their face is just, sublime. I'm also a sucker for flowers, so. Seven of Pentacles. They're tending their flowers, thinking long term. I like the boots and then the dress. Her lovely red hair. 7 flowers in a row. Eight of Pentacles. They are honing. This normally to me is like honing your craft, and they have many arms with which to work going on here. Nine of Pentacles. This is definitely luxury. This is very Nine of Pentacles, self-indulgence, solo pleasures. Not self-indulgent in a bad way, in a good way, in the best of ways. Love it. I like that her dress gets a little lost in the pattern. That's very interesting. 10 of Pentacles. I like this one. This is, the family rearing legacy kind of thing. That's the literal family tree. Very interesting. Very beautiful. Page of Pentacles, ma'am. My cat. please. Thank you. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. The most patient of the pages, the most reliable of the pages. Ooh, I like it. Knight of Pentacles. I like the little flower in their hair running across the grass. Definitely. That's the one that you take. I read recently in the, I think I talked about it in my last video too, the Creative Tarot by Jessica Crispin, that the Knight of Pentacles is who you take on a crusade because they are in it for the long haul. I like that interpretation. Queen of Pentacles, again, another marvelous Queen card. Ugh. This does scream Lady of the House. I love it. But I also like that, you know, here she's a little stoic, but here you can see her once more and she looks more relaxed and smiling towards those that she loves. I like that. And then finally, we have our King of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card. Again, I wouldn't have thought it was a king card if I hadn't seen the label, but oh, this is gorgeous. I know it may have sounded like I complained a lot during this, but truthfully, I don't have any complaints. There's the back because I'm terrible and forgot to show you. I really don't have a lot of complaints. I was looking, you know, for meaning inside the cards, this traditional Rider-Waite-Smith things that we ascribe, but they don't have to be there. Just, you know, I was making an observation. But, oh, well, here's my Three of Cups came up for me. My friend is coming to visit tomorrow. This card usually comes up when my friend is about to come over. But these, very much like the Sacred Self-Care Oracle, shuffle like a dream. Whatever this cardstock is, I have to look it up, and I am going to quickly find every deck made of this cardstock and just get my hands on them, because this is, I usually powder the decks that I find a bit, you know, to have a bit of a tug, that soft matte feel that we all love for like makeup, and you know, it feels beautiful on your fingers, but it just doesn't shuffle well. This, however, the cardstock is thick, but it's still flexible. I see you, little cat, do not. She is itching to get up here. Ooh, okay. I got the Three of Cups again. Okay, I hear you. Thank you. I think I'm about to have a Lion King battle over on my bed. That was a distraction because I'm watching them and deciding if I need to break up the fight because it's looking a little tense. Do not. Anyway, these are honestly wonderful, wonderful cards. The art is amazing. I enjoy the collage art style. I'm sure that there is another term for that. It's not just collage. It's going to bother me. I'll look it up and I'll insert it in here later. But this is a beautiful deck, and I highly recommend it. Apparently, I'm going to recommend all of Hay House's cards strictly based off of cardstock. This is definitely one of those aesthetic decks, for me at least. I think it's beautiful. I wanted to review it in time to be able to use it for my friend's reading tomorrow. So, absolutely. Let me see. I'll do my one riffle shuffle, as I always do, even though I hate it. Okay, let's see if I can do this, because I hate riffle shuffling cards as well, because I end up, you know, totally interweaving the cards. No, I'm not doing it. I'm already panicking. I'm panicking already. That's just too much. No. But let's see. Let's get a card for the collective like we did last time. Before we close this out, Spirit, what does everyone watching at this time need to know? Thank you. We actually got 3. Hopefully these are shuffled enough that they are, oh, decent. Okay, that we can actually get a little reading going here. I don't normally read with a spread, so hey, oh boy. Well, you are not you, but it looks like it is time for us to walk away from the things in our life that aren't serving us. 2020 has been a crazy ride, and at this point in time, if you haven't learned what truly matters, I don't know what it's going to take to teach that to you. So walk away with a quickness. Go out into your desert, go into your mind palace, and figure out what it is that is missing from your life, and pursue it relentlessly. This is probably a creative pursuit. I know that this has kind of taught us all to nourish our souls, nourish our souls, and that could be what's missing. Maybe this has put things into perspective about your career or something similar. So you are looking to get away from that kind of daily doldrums. And then we have here our queen. This is queens are some of my favorite cards. You want to be in that peaceful, confident energy. Once you walk away from, well, this card to me says you're in the act of walking. You are walking away. Even if you aren't physically getting there yet, mentally you are out the door, checked out, down the hall, bye. And it is going to come together quickly for you. You know what you're pursuing. You know what your passion is. It's a matter of time, of finding your opportunity. And when you do, you are going to be self-assured that you have made the right choice. You could be confident because this is something that you're amazing at, and people recognize that. So that's my little impromptu reading. I hadn't expected to get 3 cards, but we get what we get. Thank you, Spirit. Once again, my name is Bee. Thank you so much for coming and watching. I hope that everyone is being safe and that they are happy and they are healthy. And I've got a couple more videos coming your way pretty quickly, and I hope to see you all in my next videos. I love you all. Take care. Sleep well. And I'll see you next time. Bye.